Alright, hey, I'm henyK, and yeah, I'm gonna show Doom 2016 for you today, any percent. And I'd say we just jump right into it. And we've got a cutscene at the start. Timing begins once we fire our first shot, basically. Yeah, if you've played Doom 2016 casually, then you know it's mostly about fighting demons and so on, but we're not gonna see much of that during this run. This run is like totally different from the casual playthrough, or rather the casual experience. And it's like very out of bounds focused, pretty technical. Lots of cool stuff has happened since the last showing at ESA Summer. Like some reroutings of certain levels, new strats. The world record now stands at a 20:59 by Seeker. He's an absolute beast at this game. Shoutouts to him. Yeah, we're starting off just killing 3 zombies here. And then we're continuing to fire just to prevent the pistol from reloading. I'm gonna line myself up here because, well, we're not gonna do what we're supposed to do. This is Olivia. This is our suit. We're not gonna take that suit. And just get out of bounds here like this. Do some parkouring here. And line myself up here for a pretty precise trick, which we call rail boosting. Hopefully I can make it. Okay, we made it. That was a bit sketchy there. Normally I'm supposed to land on top of the elevator, but yeah, saved it. And we can press the button through the wall, basically. That we'll see that again with a couple of other levels and end buttons. It's fairly useful that there are certain pixels where you can hit the buttons. And yeah, that rail boost you saw, I'm gonna explain it a bit more in depth in a sec. We're gonna see another instance of that in the first real level, which is UAC here. And this level is also, ironically, one of the shortest levels. Run has like a lot of levels where we just get out of bounds, then either fling ourselves to the exit or just do some parkouring to the exit. But yeah, here comes Pebble Skip. Gonna set this up like this. Aim here. Okay, not first try, unfortunately. Like, this is a rail boost and as well, and the rail boosts are really precise in terms of how you set them up, like where you stand on the ground, how you angle everything, and how you time the inputs. Okay, got it there. Now gonna try to B-hop to the end here. Nice, okay, second try, that's alright. But yeah, as you can see, we just catapult ourselves over the level. Like, USA is one of the longer levels in general in this run normally, or the game rather. But we can just get out of bounds and do this. Like, rail boosts work because when we climb certain objects, the game just doesn't want us to get stuck. So it basically pushes us a little bit upwards, but because the physics are tied to the FPS, we can just get these huge flings. And since Vulcan, like that works pretty well. Before we couldn't get high enough FPS for that. Alright, so next skip coming up here is a so-called glory kill clip. We're only gonna see 2 of those in the whole run. Gonna set this up using a zombie, avoiding to look to the right because that would spawn some imps. Gonna take this zombie here, shoot his arms off. And we're out of bounds again. Now, there's an extendo grab here. It's a technique with which we can pick up items from afar. Also trigger things. That was the so-called leap of faith. Basically, we couldn't see anything for quite a while there. Just using a visual cue and the shooting, like to know when we can jump to the right. Also looking at the floor, some red lines there that help us basically to know when we can jump, but yeah, it looks like you're blind on that part. That was pretty nice. As Ops first try is always nice. We call it like reset operations. So okay, Foundry used to be one of the like longer and more annoying levels, hardest levels in the run, like an early run killer, because it had like a lot of parkouring, hard parkouring that you had to do. Thanks to a new tech that's called paper clipping, we don't have to do that hard route anymore though. It's really nice. So basically we're first gonna do like another glory kill clip, but to do that we first have to set up the zombies here. I'm standing here in a very specific spot between two triggers. If we do that and load the checkpoint, then the game will not despawn the zombies. You can see them there. First we're gonna pick up here micro missiles, then reload the checkpoint. Because we want the zombies to be like in specific spots. Now with the assault rifle here, this is like fairly easy. You can destroy these barrels. And there's the zombie that we want. We're gonna kill the other ones so they don't interfere. And yeah, with a well-timed glory kill clip, you can again get through the wall. We'll try and a rail boost here. It's really cool. Alright, nice. Not perfect because the game just flung us a bit too far, but that's fine. And here's the paper clip. Come on. Okay. Paper clips basically work by wiggling against corners. And that way you can get out of bounds. It's a tech that was found fairly late, interestingly. Nice, that's also Foundry first try. Happy with that, because like the first levels in this run are really like some of the hardest levels. So I'm gonna try to go for the out of bounds route here in Facility once. It's like actually, it only saves like 2 seconds, but it looks really cool, and yeah, hopefully we can get the rail boost first try afterwards, because otherwise we need to reload this. But considering I got the first level first try, I'm just gonna do this once and see how it goes.
You can prevent her from opening the gate by disabling.
So we're getting here, jumping out of bounds. And we're past the gate. Now comes the rail boost here. One of the shortest and coolest levels here as well, in my opinion. Dang, okay, this run is quite something so far. That ain't bad. Like, the only thing that didn't go well was USC, like pebble skip second try. Happy with that. But yeah, paper clipping, basically the walls in this game seem to be really thin, and you can kind of just wiggle against corners to get yeah, out of bounds. It's a tech that, whysoever, was only found like really late. Really happy that we found that, because that allowed some skips that we were just dreaming of before. Couldn't really do yet, until then, I mean. Alright, so this is tower. Little rail boost here that just works by walking off the ledge there. And now we're gonna grab the high jump boots. These are gonna be really useful. Have to wait here a little bit before we can reload, because then the game just gives us the high jump boots. And I'm gonna try to go for a rail boost here. That's really cool. Didn't get the best one, but that's pretty okay. I'll take that. Now one of the coolest rail boosts in the game here. That catapults us basically to the top of the tower. Just like really insane, and skips like pretty much all of the level as well. Gonna get the Gauss cannon down here after we got the checkpoint. Now we reload the checkpoint, and that way we have the Gauss cannon but are still at the top. And this is like the end of tower. This is a fight, however, it's not a fight you can win. So the game just wants us to fight for a certain amount of time. There are 2 countdowns. The first countdown starts like after, well, after you kill 6 enemies roundabout. So we're gonna pick up, oh, okay. Gonna pick this up and kill like 6 enemies as quickly as possible. Should be sufficient. I'm gonna kill 1 more. And now when the countdown says 6, we're gonna jump down. We're gonna pick up the invulnerability because that allows us to jump through this beam here. And our goal down here is to grab some extra ammo before the second countdown like finishes. And yeah, this countdown is semi-random, unfortunately. This is a really slow one for whatever reason. We don't exactly know what causes it. But yeah, you can lose like 15 seconds or something to this, unfortunately. And that ends tower. Now we got the Gauss cannon. The Gauss cannon is like our main means of transportation and movement in the next levels. And from this point on, the run gets really fun in my opinion. Like, if you're tired of resetting of the first missions, like the mid-game and late-game kinda makes up for that. HenyK Sanctum is an outdoor level. It's like the first hell level. And outdoor levels are kinda notorious in this game and also Doom Eternal. That you can break them really easily. We're not sure why, probably like different level designers or something. There's a bunch of invisible walls that you can just easily climb. Like we don't need to paperclip for that or anything. Here's an extendo grab. It's a tech that allows us to, as I already said, like trigger stuff from afar. It's a bit random because we need to zoom while using. I'm gonna use my mouse wheel for zooming. Okay, this is really slow. Thanks, game. Alright, there it worked. That gets us up here. And there's this platform. And from here we can just get out of bounds, as I said, and the rest is just some parkouring. And the Gauss cannon gives us like a huge, propels us backwards while we fire it, so that's really useful. You can do that horizontally or vertically. And that's already henyK Sanctum. Really short level, really cool looking if you get everything smoothly in first try. And don't get like such an insanely bad extendo grab. There's not much you can really do to get perfect extendo grabs all the time. You can get a certain rhythm down that works quite well with most of them, but still it's a bit RNG. And yeah, this is a facility again, but the destroyed version now after we come back from hell.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer be closed from this side. The hell energy flows from a location in their world.
I'll take a Gauss shot over here, and then set up a ray boost, which takes us right into the inside of this level. We're out of bounds, and that allows us to just get below all of this. And on top of this train, we skip a fight trigger with that Gauss shot. And being on top here, we can again press a button through the roof, basically, of that tram. Also, one thing I think I did not explain properly were glory kill clips. Like, we saw them in Foundry and Res Ops. And they get us out of bounds because with certain glory kill animations, like the animations kind of offset the character. And they set us a bit backwards, but don't put us back into the spot from where we glory killed, and that way we can just clip into walls. If we're in walls, basically we can walk out of them again most of the time, as the walls are really thin. Alright, ARC, a bit longer level, has quite some hard things, quite a few hard things. I'm gonna try to go for a new route here that skips the chainsaw. I'm gonna try it once. It's kind of FPS dependent, and we haven't fully figured out a consistent setup for it yet. Figured it'd be cool to show off, so we'll see if it works out. Sometimes you see me shoot some micro missiles at the floor. That's to gain a little bit of horizontal speed as well. It doesn't save like too much, but it's pretty useful if you do it throughout the whole run. So we reload the checkpoint here to prevent a zombie here to get killed, because we need this one to clip out of bounds again. You can just jump through the ceiling there. Now we're activating a checkpoint down here and doing the first rail boost from this thing. That, if we survive this, takes us to the inside. Okay. Bit sketchy, but worked out. And here's the big friendly gun. It's a very useful weapon, as we will see later. And now that we got that, we load the checkpoint. I'm gonna get some ammo now, because this, I'm gonna try to go for the new route. Gonna try it once, as I said. First we grab haste. With that we can Gauss boost ourselves upwards here. Grab some ammo, if the game would let me. We need all of that ammo. And we drop down here, some lost souls that are pretty annoying.
Is that time for quick announcements?
Sure, yep.
So, just want to let you know, you might have seen an update in the schedule, but the run after this, we've got a new run coming in. henyK will be running Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun. He'll be doing the Nod campaign, the any percents. It's basically because we're so far ahead, so you know, don't worry about finishing well ahead of schedule anymore, I guess.
That's nice. That's a good run. Anyway, unfortunately died there because, like, as I said, this is kind of FPS dependent, and even like small like differences in FPS can get you like a bad boost that takes you too high and then kills you. So I'm just gonna do the old route with the chainsaw. It's no big deal. And in this level we got one more hard Gauss boost left. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, got here, and that takes us all the way down this elevator, which basically is the end of the level. Normally this one would ride up, and like just we would enter it from up there, but we're just gonna abuse the fact that we have the kinda imba Gauss cannon that can basically get us everywhere. So yeah, pretty cool. Next level is Lazarus Labs. Lazarus Labs is a two-part level. It actually has like a middle point where there's even a loading screen and everything. Since we got the chainsaw now, I can show at least something that's pretty cool. I'm gonna get here in this corner. And to get some ammo that we really need, we're gonna pull out the chainsaw in a bit. And repeatedly jump here and use the chainsaw, because there's gonna be an imp who climbs up the elevator. And oh god, we got some really bad ammo there. I'm just gonna play it safe. Normally I wouldn't need to go to this room to grab some additional ammo. Like, the ammo that you get is kinda random, unfortunately, but that's fine. There's like a backup ammo that you can get there. Normally you get way more than that. And here's another paperclip found by Seeker. It looks pretty weird, but the goal is just, again, to get through this wall and then jump down here. Hopefully do another good rail boost from here. Nice. And then we're in the next area here. Okay. The run in the beginning was too good, so yeah, that's fine. Can do that again. So, luckily there's a checkpoint here, so we don't have to rewatch everything. Oh wait, in the elevator rather. Sometimes you get stuck here. Come on. That took way too long. Whatever. Okay, that's a bad boost. That's fine though. We can just climb up here. Backup strats. Like, there are a lot of backup strats in this run that you can learn in case something goes wrong. Okay. Alright, that should have worked first try. But yeah, this is the first part of Lazarus Labs. Now that we finished that, I'm gonna showcase... actually, we have the chainsaw. I think the cooler setup here is not using a specific spot on the floor, but instead using a chainsaw, which is the old setup that we used to do. The chainsaw basically lowers your hitbox, and you can see the press E prompt pop up there from time to time. Now you have to spam like the use key to actually like press the button. Sometimes this doesn't work. I'll just do it again. This is like almost pixel perfect. Then again, you still need to hit like specific timing. Okay. Thank you, game. And with a Gauss boost, we can get over here. This level is fairly straightforward. Okay. Now everything's going downhill, but that's fine. Like, at least we have some like lenient respawn points here. That's a problem. Like, you don't have quick save in this game, so you basically have to always go back to the last checkpoint if something goes wrong. Alright. Reversing this out of bounds here. Skipping another fight. And getting down to the elevator here. And this is the elevator that takes us to the first boss, which is the Cyberdemon. Comes pretty late into the game. The pacing of bosses is a bit strange in the modern Doom games, in my opinion. But yeah, it's still a pretty cool boss. Really hard boss. Okay, I will need to focus for this. A bit nervous. So, gonna grab some ammo here. And we can load the checkpoint here once we open that door, because that way we skip the cutscene. Alright, time to focus, some serious time. So this is a hard fight. I'm working really hard on this, and that's the boss. That's basically just BFG cheesing him, because the weapon wheel, if you open it, deals like damage per frame, because it does not disable the damage that the tendrils do that are on screen. It's a bit akin to the Mega Man Yellow Devils glitch. You could do the same here again, but we're just gonna jump casually over this gate like that, because that's faster. It's actually, it used to be a pretty hard skip, but thanks to like a new setup that was found, it's now way more lenient. And yeah, Titan's Realm. Okay, this one is like, I've actually practiced this a bit today, because this is like a skip where you just can't really mess up. You don't have much leniency here at all. Our goal first is to get out of bounds, and Meta discovered a new way, like using a paperclip here. Before we did like a different route where we just climbed some invisible geometry, which is equally as fast, but we would need to use 2 BFG shots here to actually progress. So first we're gonna get up here, fill these lost souls. Okay. And once we're out of bounds, we can get here. And yeah, just get to the exit of the level again. We have a lot of ammo, so we can do Gauss boosts here. Happy that worked first try, because that's actually a pretty lengthy reset if you mess that up. You spawn basically right at the top there at the level start. Okay, Necropolis. That's the third last level. We're nearing the end of the run. I'm gonna show a new route here as well, like that was rerouted. It's pretty hard to save time with this, like you need to do it perfectly, but it's a really cool route in my opinion. That is used by the world record already. Yeah, you need to do it perfect to actually save time. It's a double paperclip here. I think the first one wasn't deep enough. Now we get down here. Okay, I wanted to avoid that. I don't think we can save this. Let's see. Maybe we can. Nope. Okay, that's no problem. So before we would go to the or we would have gone through that teleporter there and got some ammo and everything. But yeah, levels have been rerouted quite often in the last year or so. So we're getting down here, there's the big skull, and that shows us the way. We're gonna just try to do some B-hops here. Bunny hopping is also like a thing in this game. It's not as easy as in Doom Eternal, however it's doable with a bit of practice. And now here we can use this jump pad to basically, together with 2 Gauss boosts, get us on top here. And I needed to go like into that cavern there for a bit to basically trigger the fight here, otherwise we couldn't progress. And then just finish the enemies off with a BFG shot. Alright, next boss. If you paid close attention to Cyberdemon, you might have an idea of what's coming. Gonna do the checkpoint thingy here again, load the checkpoint. And then we take out our beautiful BFG. And this one is actually like fairly precise with the timing, because normally we would have 2 shots here. 1 BFG shot to stun him and take his shield off, and 1 to actually damage him. But there's a small timing window that we can use to do this in 1. And it looks like this if it works out. Gonna use some micro missiles here to like actually damage him so he is in his glory kill state. And gonna equip the BFG again, because we're gonna need that for the second phase as well. Alright, so here we want to fire the BFG shot as soon as possible. And open the weapon wheel instantly, otherwise this won't work to like damage both without like them having recharging, or without them recharging their health. So, if you do it like this, you can just kill these guys. Sorry. You can kill these guys instantly. Like that. So, now we just have to get the Crucible here that we now know is pretty useful in Eternal. Was like for a long time not really known what's gonna happen with it. Alright, and that finishes Necropolis. 2 levels left. Viga, which is kind of a notorious run killer, has 2 really cool rail boosts. Even though they're not really performed on a rail, it's just like originally rail boosts were first found accidentally on rails. One thing I didn't mention is that you can see that I have 200 FPS. You basically want to have 200 FPS for most rail boosts, otherwise you won't get the height that you need. Luckily, because of the good graphics programming, it's even for older setups now possible to get 200 FPS consistently. So here's a paperclip. We were looking for a way to get out of bounds here for so long, and then we found like this paperclip. That was so nice. So getting on top of this pillar, lining myself up fairly precisely. Just casually flying through the air. Hopefully the second one will go right as well. Okay, the game kinda didn't give me like 1 millimeter of height that I would have needed to clear that. That's unlucky. But yeah, that would have been the level in 2 rail boosts. Just gonna do that again.
With it, the means to contain the power of the well. We have a plant center there. Vega will walk you through the process.
Kinda need to pay attention there to not hit some kill planes. So we need to curve around. Yeah. As I said, Viga is a run killer. Should have gotten that, but I kinda like had too much forward momentum and didn't correct that right. Third time's the charm.
You have the crucible, and with it the means to contain the power of the well. We have a plant center there. Vega will walk you through the process.
Paper clips are sometimes a bit finicky, like you want to hit specific points on the wall to actually make it through them, or through the walls. And then you need to just wiggle. Alright, this time we made it, okay. That's unfortunate, but whatever. We used to have a boost over the top of the gate that you can see there on the right, or not see, but there's a big gate, and we called that God boost before we figured out like a good setup for getting this pretty much consistently in runs. It was like really always nice if you could get the full boost over the gate. Instead of just like to the elevator, like there's an elevator that rides up before in the section, and that's like 20 to 30 seconds slower. Alright, and that takes us to the last level, which is Argent Nur. It's another hell level, also basically you can call it rock climbing simulator. To get out of bounds, we're gonna get onto a statue here. Do some cool Gauss boosts. Fall down there. These boosts are pretty precise. So the timing is pretty crucial for them. This run, as I said before, is like fairly technical, and small mistakes can already cost you a lot of time, and if you're going for a world record, then it's basically an insta reset if something like this happens.
See, I had no idea this was a platformer.
Yeah, basically now. It used to be a fighting or like an action game, now it's a platformer.
So someone who's on getting over it with Doomslayer. Every fallen Doomslayer, when you get down to the bottom of the mountain, is merely an opportunity to try again.
That's true. Alright, last real Gauss boost here. And now there normally would be like a lot of fights left in this level, but we can just drop down here, get in this gap, and with a precise angle fall down here without dying. And I jumped. Okay, that was so sketchy. I was so scared there. But yeah, you can just load the checkpoint or trigger the checkpoint of the final boss, the Spider Mastermind. And we're gonna stun her first. Like that. Then grab another BFG shot here and cheese her again, like we've seen with Cyberdemon and the Guardians already. It's gonna wait like 6 seconds. which then takes her health down all the way. There's a skip you can do here now. Normally she would have like a electrical attack here, but if we fire some micro missiles, we can skip that attack. And firing another last BFG shot, and yeah, that's basically the mastermind done. And time is as soon as I glory kill, a couple of seconds. So that's time. Right. So that's Doom 2016 any percent. Went
GG's.
okay-ish, I guess. What's the time?
Just waiting for it to catch up on my end on stream. Can you start the vote? Oh, we stopped the timer at 34:36, but I think that was slightly after you pressed the button for the glory kill.
Alright, this could have been like a really good time, well, if the last levels didn't happen. The start of the run was pretty much PB pace, so that's something, I guess. But yeah, we're underestimate.
But I mean, you also just kind of showed how difficult the game is, even when you're using glitches to break it. But you know what? Underestimate. We will take the underestimate. That's
Exactly.
very good work.
Anyway, yeah, thanks for having me. Really nice marathon here going on, really enjoying it a lot. I wanna say some shoutouts to the community. First of all, Seeker, already mentioned him, World Record Holder, then there's Guillermo, Distortion 2, Extreme, Book, Parfi, Krelm, Dylon, Guac, Leonard, Creeper, Meta, Whitehound, who's been like a legend, who used to run 2016 like a lot. Unfortunately, he hasn't come back yet for Eternal, but yeah, we'll see about that. Jerome, Mendels, Blood Thunder, and a lot more. So shoutouts to all you guys. And if you want to learn this run, we have some really good tutorials that were made by Seeker and by Dylon. You can just join our Discord and yeah, then run this nice game as well in the future. But yeah, that's it from my side. I think after this, what was it again? Command & Conquer, right?
Conquer Tiberian Sun.
Oh,
we're
dang,
gonna have a
that's
quick
gonna be
mission,
awesome.
We're going to change over. We're going to get henyK on. I can see him in voice chat already. So we'll run a very short mission and then get going, because since we've added the run, technically we're now behind schedule. So
Right, see ya guys.
I know we're really far ahead.